waking up in 2019, telling everyone about it, and they called you crazy and or laughed at you. By 2020, you gave up vehicle ownership because you read the book and could see who was who, what was happening, and that we were nearing the end. So by the time it's 2026, and most people who look like me have given up owning cars, we've given up spending locally, as in spending in our country for things like electronics products, clothing, trainers, kitchen appliances and accessories, homeware, just everything, electronic repairs. But if I need to repair this phone, I'm sending it to China. You think I'm gonna fucking fix it here? We have delineated. We have completely stepped out of this system. Does the Bible come out of her, my people, and partake ye not in her sins? We're not going to follow the world. You just got to get money in it. We've said anti-money. So I know that reading scripture, I know that studying scripture is going to set me back in some ways. I know that following that book is going to make me gain enemies. I know that following that book and saying what the book says is going to make me lose customers. I've planned for this. I know I'm not doing as much work as I was in the past, but I mentally knew this was going to happen. We already figured out this system and we saw where it was headed. So when it gets to 2026 and you go on YouTube and everyone's like, oh, how come black people just being quiet? Because we know you, man. We've seen the pattern, we've seen the behavior. We've seen the same behavior during our lifetime. It's not a fact of being lynched and hung. It's the spirit. It's the derogatory behavior towards us. It's the way we're spoken to. It's the way we're looked at when we walk into a shop. It's the way I'm looked at when I go for a walk. And I don't mind it now. Like, I just react. I just look back. If you're staring at me, I'll stare at you. And then you're the one who doesn't like that. I get it, because you're just toddlers. You want to be able to do what you want. I'm going to look at him because he's just and that's what I'm going to do. And now that we're standing up in boldness, that's what Moriel says. Now we're standing up in boldness and we're looking you in the eye. You're just falling apart and you can't answer any of our questions. When we ask you a question, you can't answer it. So you're proving yourselves to be the evil people of that book, that the book says you are. You're really playing out that role and you're playing it out really well, including people who I thought were friends. But this is where we're at. This is where we're currently at. People in the UK are moaning about, oh, I've got no money for food, I can't buy food. Oh, I've run out of food. Oh, have you got any milk? I ain't seen no Negroes in the UK struggling. I ain't seen no Negroes in America that I talk to struggling. I ain't seen no Negroes in Dubai. Even the guys I know in Dubai who identify as Hebrew, they're not struggling right now, despite what's going on out there. It's as if they're protected. They're spiritually protected and at peace. Like we found our peace. And the whole world's mad because we've read a book and are now saying, oh, that's who we are. Cool, let's just behave accordingly. Meaning we're not committing crime. We're not doing anything wrong. Some guy who goes to church, there's a guy who goes to church locally, and it's a church that I was invited to as well, which I'm not going in there. I haven't got time. It's the same thing back and forth. If people want that type of information, that type of entertainment, go on YouTube and just type in Hebrew versus Catholic, Hebrew versus Mormon, Hebrew versus Evangelist, Hebrew versus Methodist, Hebrew versus Seventh-day Adventist, and you're going to see that you're all getting cut. Just accept it now. You're all getting cut. You're all getting severed. You're getting severed, sliced up and severed. And it's the truth. So if we're able to do that after reading a book for just a year and a half, I've read the Bible on and off for a year and a half, and I've got people on my Me versus Mormon video. They're all trying to attack me, but none of them have answered the questions, proving that we definitely know who they are. And I know that they're descendants. They are modern descendants from the region of Japheth. I don't even have to talk to them to know that they have the G/G2A blood type haplogroup. And I don't want to go deep like that, but I know who they are by how they behave. That book has taught me who every nation is. All 18 nations are in the Bible, and their behavioral traits are also in the Bible. So, like I said, we're just chilling. We're in resting phase. And I say we, let me talk about me. I am in resting phase. I am in my resting phase. I'm not rushing to go anywhere. I'm not rushing to get in a car and drive anywhere. I'm not worried about paying car tax. I'm not worried about insurance. Let's break it down. Most men who go to work every day full time, most men who work full time, they're working for their car. Yes, they may have a mortgage and or rent, which is both the same. So we all have outgoings for our house, for where we live. But the majority of people, the majority of men on this planet are mostly purely living to fund their car, which is their call it a hobby. We used to push Tonka toys around on the floor on our knees as children. And there are a lot of adult men, even in their 50s and 60s, that are still doing that. And I don't hate them for it. I'm not, take what I say with a pinch of salt. Don't be offended by my words. I am in the pursuit of knowledge. I'm reading books. I just want information. I don't know, this is what my heart is doing. This is what this is what Holy Scripture has instructed me to do, and I'm running with it. I stopped buying designer clothes in 2017. I stopped owning a vehicle in 2020, 3 years later, soon after waking up. 2023, I quit my job. I quit my full-time job. You ain't seen me work since. And I usually I have a part-time job to supplement. And I in honesty, I apply for part-time jobs every week. My emails, I can open up my email send folder, and plus there's other online places where I've applied and stuff, and nothing's coming back. But I haven't run out of food. I came back to the UK in 2024 with my bank accounts in minus. I didn't have a nice time in Dubai. My bank accounts were stripped bare. But if I got mugged off, that's my own fault. I accept it. Again, that's from reading the Bible. I accept it. I allowed myself to be caught in a snare. That's on me. But right now, I'm resting. And I'm not rushing. I prefer doing the remapping, the few music sales, music streaming, and then now eBay, which is my new thing, because it's less stressful. I'm not having to get 10 remaps a month to pay for a 911 sitting outside. I've done that. I did that. Done it. Did it. Cool. Everyone else who liked cars, have you worked up to a 911 and maintained it and kept it? Plus all the other cars that people were giving me and companies were giving me and sponsoring me. So the Lamborghini Huracans, the Ferrari 458 Italias, the M4 when it first came out, 2015 plate, just all those different, the Aventadors, the Pista, Ferrari Pista, AMG Black Series. I've lived a dream. Most people who are car enthusiasts would kill to have done all of the things I've done. That's all on my Instagram over the last 10, 20 years. I know a lot of people would kill to have been able to live at the Nürburgring for 8 years, but they should have got off their arse and done it. I offered plenty of people jobs and said, come out to the Nürburgring, but which one of them would have been willing to work for 1,200 euros a month? And this is where people would rot. They're obsessed with money, proving who they are. This is what the book says. They're so obsessed with money. How was I able to live at the Nürburgring, do track days, live my life, visit several different cities, make friends in several different cities, and own and maintain a car, and pay for my apartment on €1,200 a month? That's between like £950 and £1,000 a month. That's what I did for 8 years. That's why I don't have earnings, because I've never been paid fairly. I've never had a job where I've actually been paid well. Seven Valley Motorsport paid me well. That's the first job I ever had where I actually received a wage that put me in the 40% tax bracket. So being honest, doing Seven Valley Motorsport and remapping did make me earn a bit too much, and then my tax went crazy. But that's the only time in my life. So what, for a year in my life, I earned a decent wage. I've never earned a lot of money, and I can be completely honest with you guys. But now I've come full circle. I've lived that life. I've enjoyed those cars. I've had that drive. I've pressed full throttle in nearly every car on that track. Every car I've ever wanted to drive, I've torn around the Nürburgring. Every car I ever wanted to drive, I've torn up the roads of London and Norfolk and Suffolk and Chester and Wales. I've done everything I wanted to do, and I've got it all out of my system. I'm now 44 and I'm resting, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If I want to drive a car, I can get the bus to Norwich, and when I get off, it's called Silver Street or Silver Road. There's cars parked there from Norfolk Car Club. If I get out the train station and turn left and walk down to Morrison's, there's rental cars parked there. So yes, I'm still driving. I still have a full driver's license. If I have a customer in, say, Holt or Bodden or Sheringham, I just get the train to Norwich, jump in a rental. So I'm in a 25, 26 plate anyway. I go and do what I'm doing, and then I just give it back. And I really enjoy sitting on the bus or train and listening to an album. Like I'm getting older now, so I'm preferring that restive pace. And to go somewhere, get a car, drive around, make my money, put the car back, and have a relaxed journey home without having the stress of driving and other people. Again, I can't stand driving locally, but that's my gripe. So again, I don't need a car. If I want to drive a car, I go to the Nürburgring. That's it. Or go to the Netherlands and get a rental. I need space. I want to be able to drive without being stressed out. So the way I'm doing it works. And it's the World Economic Forum that said, you will own nothing and be happy. And I'm already doing it. It's as though where other people are fighting it and are against it, I've adapted to it. I don't need any money because I don't own anything. What a peaceful way to live. I say to people, I've gone back to 2009. I was living like it was, say, 2015 before, but now I've gone back to 2009, where all my music is saved on my device, which is what I was doing back then. So I had CDs. I'm not streaming, so I'm not paying for any streaming services for music or anything. My outgoings are low. I'm not paying for YouTube Premium anymore. I have an app that works with YouTube, and when I play a video, I can put my phone straight in my pocket and the sensor will turn off the screen. So I'm now able to stream movies even to my glasses, to my AR glasses, or I can listen to a stream or a podcast without having to pay for YouTube Premium. And I didn't even pay for the Lock app. Google gave it to me. Like Google pay. Oh, that's another thing. Google pays me to answer stupid questions, which in turn pays for my apps and app updates and in-app purchases. It's crazy. I'm not having to do much. But yeah, I've chosen peace. I've chosen a peaceful existence over chasing after money. That's the only difference I've made, but I'm still enjoying my life. I'd always go for long walks at the Nürburgring, but I've always done walks my whole life. I love walking. So now I'm enjoying my walking locally, and I'm happy because I'm still walking. So I'm keeping myself, I'm still sticking to my exercise. Where I would enjoy the Nürburgring before and drive the racetrack, I've got no lust for it anymore. I think I exhausted it. 8 years at full throttle, driving, teaching, plus the stress of coaching people who cannot drive. So you're not even just guiding someone around the track. The majority of people who visit the Nürburgring do not know how to drive a car. this is a truth. They don't know the basics of driving a car. They want to put one hand on top of the wheel, but then they're driving over. It's not a smooth racetrack. It's a bumpy old country road. So now their wheels wobbling and then they lose control and crash. This is what these guys are doing. They think they're in Fast and Furious. They're trying to rev match on the Nürburgring. They're trying to rev match while they're changing gears. But they don't know where they're going. They don't know, like, what is it? 73 corners and over, I can't remember the percentage, but most of the corners are blind. You don't know where the track's going. You approach the corner, but you don't know where it's going. You have to learn that circuit. But yeah, the majority of people can't drive. So I'm trying to stop them from crashing. And it was very stressful. That was really stressful, but I enjoyed it. Then I found out I wasn't being paid fairly for doing the coaching. I was doing the coaching for the additional money because I saw what the coaches were earning. I'm like, what? Fuck that coach. And not in a bad way. Oh no, it was in a bad way because he stunk. It was an old guy from England, and it's the BOs, the body odor, and it, like, really bad body, like he smelled homeless. I'm not going to say his name. And there's another one out there who smells homeless, who was there when Guy Martin came over. And then it was him and Guy Martin in the office, and it's just a lot of sweat, man. Like, I think this is why Germans hated me when I first got to the Nürburgring. They assumed I was going to be like that because there are English families out there. And after 15 years, 25 years, some have been there for nearly 30 years, they can't speak German. And that's rude. That's rude, man. You haven't made the effort. You haven't made any effort to better yourself or to integrate. I went to Lindner Hotel, so I'd go and hang out there because they got a beautiful Yamaha piano. They used to let me play it, plus I'd help out in there. I'd go to Rewe, which is the best local supermarket. Rewe and Edeka are the beautiful supermarkets. No one in Germany really goes to Aldi or Lidl. That's a tramp thing. That's like Netto or Quick Save. You know, like there's certain people will go there, but not actual humans. People go to Rewe or Edeka for beautiful food, and we're not on that cheap shit. I don't want to eat prison cereal. I'm ranting again. I'm going off on one. But I went to the supermarket. I went to 27, which means 27 in Italian. I went to, because obviously the Nürburgring was created in 1927. So I went to 27 and I said, nur Deutsch bitte. Volksbank, the bank. Nur Deutsch bitte. So all the places I went to, GT3 Hotel, nur Deutsch bitte, and they had 2 beautiful dogs. I used to love going to that hotel. I just go to the hotel to hang out, just to be there. But I'm listening. Oh, here's another thing I did. I think it's called Cafe Opastreck at the halfway point at the Nürburgring. When you're at Exmüller, so Breitscheid Exmüller, when you're there, there's an entry exit, but I think they've closed it now because it's too dangerous because people can't drive. There's a cafe. I'm sure it's called Cafe Opastreck. I used to go there and sit there reading books, or I'd go there and sit there and buy like pommes and currywurst, so fries with curry sauce. They do the best curry sauce, oh my god, on earth. I'm black and I'm saying that. That's different. Everyone knows it. That's some different shit. I'd go there just to hear other people speaking German. That's how I took on the language. So I went to the supermarket, I went to the hotels, I went to the restaurants, and I said, just German, please. So they'd say it at least 4 or 5 times. And if not, then he'd say it in English. They were all really nice to me. And this is quite a good talk, because now I'm just having a rant. I've gone from the story of me resting to now a little bit about the Nürburgring. I'll carry on. And I remember being in Rewe one day, and I said to the guy at the counter, I'd got to the front of the queue, I'm paying for my stuff, and I said, ich brauche glue. Aber stark, he's gone glue. So, I said, I need glue, but strong. And he's like, glue? He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, tacky, glue, sticky, aber stark. So I made my fist really strong, but strong. And he's like, oh, he said, he asked everybody to wait in the queue, and Germans are generally known as being very impatient. Yeah, very impatient and in a rush. They hate queuing, they hate having to wait. But He said to everybody, he said, please give me 1 minute, please. And he got up from the counter, he got up from the till, came out, pulled me down the aisle by my wrist, walked down to where the sellotape and bits were, and he's pulled out the Gorilla Glue, a tiny little Gorilla Glue, handed it to me, and he's gone, Kleber. Bro, how am I going to forget that word? That's Germany. I didn't have to go to school to learn their language. Make the effort. That's all make the effort, man. But which nations are making the effort and which nations aren't? Go on YouTube and you're going to see people from parts of Africa that have moved to Germany, and in 2 months they're having full-blown conversations. I'm not seeing anyone else do that. Go on YouTube and check for yourself. Who's making the effort to integrate? Yes, there are people from other countries coming to the UK, so they will have an accent. But who cares? When people from England go to Spain, most of them aren't learning the language. Most, I'm not saying all, most aren't learning the language. When I go to Germany and I meet people from England, I met a guy from Manchester who he met a German girl and moved in with her. He hadn't made one bit of effort to learn the language. And when he speaks it just sounds disgusting, like he's not making an effort. But let's go back to my starting point. I am now resting. I'm now enjoying the latter years of my life. And I'm still enjoying my job. Like I think I said on Instagram, I was working on a Ferrari a couple of days ago. But I love working. I love my job. I love working. I really enjoy tuning cars. I really enjoy making music. I really love it. It's such a nice feeling when somebody does a sync deal on my music that I've created from my heart. Like what? I created that from scratch. I play every instrument. I don't use samples or loops. That's fake producing. I said it. That's fake. That's not producing. You're copycatting and copy and pasting. That's not producing. Just like all the tuners in England and abroad who tune cars in 2D. They just line up the maps and press F11. That's called copy and pasting. They don't know what the numbers inside the map represent. I'm changing it in number form. I'll make another tuning video soon. In fact, I have an ECU coming to me on Tuesday. If I've got time, I'll try and film that session. And I think I have another job. I may have a job tomorrow that's not confirmed. If I get a job tomorrow, I'll definitely film it for YouTube. I'll definitely film it just to show people how we connect to the ECU and blah, 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 blah. Again, I'm just documenting bits of my life. But yeah, at 44 years old, I'm resting and I'm enjoying this phase of my life. I have noticed I've got people who I thought were friends. I'm struggling to have certain conversations with them, but it's fine. I've just got to let it go and just let them be, man. It's a shame. It's a shame because reading the Bible tells me about spirits and that this group of people have this type of spirit. This group of people have this type of spirit. This group of people have this type of musical spirit, and they want to have fun and create and be chilled, but they're hated for having talents and gifts. And people are very jealous, and men shouldn't be jealous, but they are. And the Bible has just opened up my mind to this planet and the world and how people behave. And yeah, it can make it crazy, but I'm glad I'm reading it with an open mind, and I've not turned hateful for having read into scripture. But go on YouTube, just type that, just have a look, and you'll see that the Negro specifically, you could say Hebrew, you could say FBA, Foundational Black American, you could say you could put black if you want to, but why are black people not participating anymore? Why have we stepped out of the world? We're like, this is falling apart now. This is the end. This is revelation. This is the end. We've noticed it. The Holy Spirit has told us to chill out. So we've had to step out of the system as much as possible. Why did we do this? Who told us to do this? We didn't tell each other to do this. This is a global set out. This is a global phenomenon. And I'm sure you're acknowledging it. I'm sure you have acknowledged it. I'm sure you've seen that we've suddenly gone quiet and we're not screaming and ranting and raving. We're not outside protesting in London because we know you're just going to point your phones at us and call us monkeys. We know you. We know you. This is why we've stepped away. This is why we've stepped back. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. And yeah, when I get a tuning job, I'll make sure I record it, but understand why we're resting. It's because we know the whole civilization is fake. The schools, what they've taught is fake. What they teach is fake. The news is fake. The media is fake. It's all controlled. It's all propaganda. There's nothing of what these people give us that is real. They've even took the Bible and made it fake. You've made everything fake. So we're out. Take care.